to my channel. If you are new, welcome. So today's video, we are playing with the new Desi and Katy Dose of Colors collab. And I also incorporated in this video drugstore makeup. So those are like the only two things I'm really using in this video. It's either the Desi Katy and Dose of Colors collab or drugstore stuff. So I wanted to make this really fun for you guys, but also affordable at the same time. So I hope I delivered that for you guys. I am not gonna go crazy with talking on my intros because a lot of people like to comment that I talk a lot on the intro, and I know I do. So I'm not gonna have you guys suffer. We are just gonna jump straight into this. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get started, guys. All right, let's take these off and start priming on my face. I'm going to be using my FARSALI Unicorn Essence Liquid Primer. Moving on to foundation, I'm using this COVERGIRL VITALIST Healthy Elixir Foundation in the color Creamy Beige. This, I would say, is a very buildable foundation, so you can go as light as you want, but you can also get some full coverage. This is like one of my favorite drugstore foundations lately. And then I'm just going to blend all of that in. Moving on to concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the color Light. This is the first time I'm actually using this concealer. I've seen a lot of hype on it, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Like, the coverage was really good, and I did not get any creasing. So I definitely would recommend this to you guys if you're looking for an affordable concealer. This is the only drugstore thing I'm not using, and it's to set right underneath my eyes, and I'm using the MERCIER Translucent Powder. Then you're gonna let it sit for about a good 5 minutes, and then after that you'll dust whatever is left off. Moving on to contour, I'm using the MILANI face powder in the color Medium Tan, and I was not expecting it to be so heavy. So if you do buy this, I definitely suggest that you go very light-handed with it so you don't end up going through what I'm going through right now. Moving on to blush, I'm using the MILANI Powder Blush in the color Coral Cove. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to jump into my highlighter, and I'm using the FUEGO highlighter from the Desi and Katy Dose of Colors collab. Now moving on to our eyes, I'm using the REINA Rebelde La Doña paint pot. It's like a very neutral color paint pot that I'm using as my eye primer. Then I'm going to take a blending brush just to make sure that the paint pot kind of blends in a little past my crease, because this will play also as my transition color. Now moving on to eyeshadow, I'm going to be going with the Desi and Katy eyeshadow palette. The color that I'll be using today is the shade Harpoon. Next, it's time for liner, and I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in the color Blackest Black. Then once I'm done with that, I'm just going to set that gel liner with some liquid liner. And I'm using the Maybelline Ultra Liner. So with the same gel liner, I'm going to be applying that in my waterline, just so I can get a little bit of a smoky look up in here. And then with the same Harpoon shadow I have on my lid, I'll be using that just on the outside of my waterline. Then I'm going to go in with Sue's, which is the gold shadow in the palette, just to place in my inner corner. And I did realize a little later on in the video that these two shadows actually work better when they are wet, and I did not know that in the beginning, so the pigment was definitely a lot more intense once I wet my brush. Then I'm just going to apply some mascara, and I'm using the TEASE COVERGIRL mascara. Moving on to my brows, I'm using the REINA Rebelde Frida paint pot, and it's a darker brown. So these paint pots, you can use them for your brows, you can use them as primer or cream shadows and liners. So there's a lot you can do with this. Moving on to my lips, I'm using my FARSALI Gold Elixir just to moisturize them babies a little bit. And then I'm going to highlight that Cupid's bow. And then I will be applying the Savage Liquid Lipstick, again, by the Desi and Katy collab. That will go on the outer parts of my lips. And then I'm just kind of blending that a little bit towards the inside. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to be applying Hot Fire Liquid Lipstick in the center. And then I'm just blending those two colors together. And now I have hella lipstick in my teeth, but I just gotta clean that off a little bit. And once I'm done with that, I'm just gonna set my face with some Makeup Forever Mist and Fix Spray. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of highlighter on my collarbone and shoulder, because why not? And then we are all set. Thank you guys so much for watching.